Blessing is a popular word among Christians, particularly Protestants in Western countries. I did a Google search for the words blessed and blessing, and I wanted to share what the internet gave to me to give to you today. I had my suspicions validated when I saw pages of items for sale that depict various versions of blessings that each of us could purchase for our homes, for ourselves, our families, and our friends. Allow me to share a few highlights with you. Too blessed to be stressed. This was the title of a devotional, several devotionals, a calendar, on several t-shirts and home decor. My favorite was the inverse, which was too stressed to be blessed, which you could also purchase for your home. A version of the hashtag blessed, which if you're a social media person, you will know this one, but with the S turned into a dollar sign, replacing the letters S with dollar signs to suggest that financial prosperity is the same as a blessing. Count your blessings, a reminder to be grateful, but in its worst form can be used if someone is expressing sadness or difficulty and may have it dismissed because they need to count their blessings instead. And the hashtag blessed, of course, which has turned into a cliche now for anyone who may want to humble brag about their successes or make any good thing happening to them into a hashtag blessing. The reason we're spending all this time on this concept today is because both Genesis and Romans are full of these words, blessing, and use them to claim about things about who God is, who we are, how God relates to us, and how we relate to God. And I believe that the concept of blessing has become misconstrued with other ideas such as the absence of pain or struggle, financial wealth, or a transactional faith, whereas if we are good, God will bless us, or the more faithful we are, the more blessings we will receive. When the concept of blessing in the Bible does not necessarily mean any of these ideas. Blessings are not outcomes we can predict or prepare for in any way. Blessings are gifts. Blessings are surprises. In one instance, blessing even means a treaty of peace in 1 Kings. I'll be jumping between both texts today, so I'm going to start with Genesis. God tells Abraham many things about blessings. I will bless you, and I will make your name great. I do this to make you a blessing for other people, not for you to praise or aggrandize yourself. I will bless those who bless you, and through you, all the families of the world will be blessed. Now, Paul's concern about the blessing and whether it transfers to other believers is the main point of what he's trying to say. He is a Hellenistic Jew, a Roman citizen, a person of Jewish faith who believes that Jesus is the Messiah, the fulfillment of the law and the prophets, and he reframes the story of Abraham's blessing not as the culmination of the law, but the culmination of faith itself. He emphasizes the role that faith has played in the blessing that God extends to all people through Abraham. Paul refers to it as the promise in Greek in Romans 4, but it's the blessing in Hebrew in Genesis 12. In Bible study this week, we were talking about the way that language falls short so much of the time when we are trying to understand what in the world Paul is saying, because we're studying Romans right now. And we talked about language and translation, and I wanted to share with you that we talked about language in the Bible as if language is poetry, and that the translations we try to make are so insufficient. It is like trying to find a new word to represent the poetry of an ancient word that no longer exists. It's like When Andrew and I, in the prayers of the people, say things like, the prayer we do not have words for yet, but God knows this prayer in our heart, or the unspoken prayer. Those are the kinds of things that come to mind. This is because even in our own language, words fall short of what we want to express to God, what we want to communicate about who God is, about how we feel about one another. The word blessing is a lot like this. It is easier to define what it isn't rather than what it is. A blessing is a hope. It is a longing. It is a desire. It is the way my neighbors call out, "Be safe," when we say goodbye. It is a promise. It is peace. It is belief. It is a commitment to each other. It is a dream we have for ourselves and the ones that we love. It is the way parents pray with their children while they fall asleep. Blessing is a way of being, a way of living. Blessing is doing. It is not an object. It is not a fancy house or a big paycheck. It is a blessing that you find on a cool breeze when it's a hot day, in the generosity of your friends, and a surprising gift. A blessing is inside of you, inside of each of us, inside your mind. It fills your heart. It gives all of us strength. And it only comes when we stop striving for it. It only comes when we least expect it. Blessings are intangible gifts that show us God's faithfulness.